What's up? Oh man, I just started the live stream and I got a $9 super chat by Mr. Jones, our moderator. Shout out to Mr. Jones, a real one. He's a Boston Celtic fan, but it's all love. I actually respect the Celtics, even though growing up, the Boston Celtics were a rival. My household, my family, always respected the Celtics because of their history. Um, my father, even though he grew up a Laker fan, he always loved watching Larry Bird. He used to always tell me Larry Bird was the baddest white boy he's ever seen. And that starts with that. But I'm making this live stream today to talk about the AD news. It's just been confirmed via Clutch Sports that he signed a 5-year, $190 million contract. To be honest, he probably should have signed for 200, low 200 plus, to be real with you guys. But hey, he signed this contract and everything's good to go. I'm going to tell you what this is going to mean for the Lakers. This means that when LeBron retires, they're going to build the whole team around AD. And since the Lakers are popular in attraction, Hollywood's out there, um, stuff you can do to enhance your brand is out there in Hollywood and LA. Stuff that other states and cities do not acquire. LA has it. So AD is smart for signing this contract. I actually thought there was a 50-50 chance he could sign with Chicago or do a 2-year deal and then sign with Chicago since he's from there. But with this contract, it tells me everything I need to know. He's dead set on LA. Like Mr. Jones said in the chat, Clutch Sports is the truth. Yes, they are. And I respect Rich Paul. Rich Paul came from nothing. He came from the hood. Nobody believed in him. And then when Rich Paul linked up with brothers like LeBron James and many others, he created Clutch Sports. And now he's the Don of the NBA. The only people that are hating on Rich Paul right now are mostly non-black because they hate to see a brother getting paid. They hate to see brothers creating their own. They just hate when brothers have ruling class mentalities. It's pretty obvious. Look how they treat LeVar Ball. LeVar Ball was getting shunned by the media. He was getting hated on. They're doing the same thing with Rich Paul. I remember they made an article calling Rich Paul and his homies a posse instead of a businessman. This is what the media was doing. So I can't hate the brother for creating power. Shit, that's what we need to do in our communities. Bring power within our own. Shout out to Hoop Jargon, another moderator. Make sure you subscribe to his channel. He had a live stream yesterday. It was fire. Keep up the good work, my brother. VD Press is in the building. He said he is doing some amazing things. Yes, he is. Rich Paul is he's the wizard in the NBA, man. He just make it work. And I was talking to some people I know, and we were like, man, could you imagine if Lonzo Ball would have signed with Clutch his rookie year? He would have been set. And they would have found a way for him to not get traded. That's how powerful Clutch is. Clutch is a real deal, man. If I'm a young athlete coming up in this draft, I'm signing with Clutch. They're gonna make sure you're squared away. They're gonna give you that bag. They're gonna give you endorsement deals. They're gonna take care of you. I just like their organization. I respect power. That's what I respect. And Clutch has it. Y'all make sure y'all hit the like button so I can stay here longer to speak with you guys. But yeah, I like this move. Now, a lot of people are saying that the Lakers are the favorite squared away. Yes, on paper they are. But I got to see what Brooklyn does. And believe it or not, Brooklyn has a good roster. When you have Spencer Dinwiddie coming off the bench and Jared Allen coming off the bench, many others, that's a good team. You got Karis LeVert, Joe Harris, you got shooters, Kyrie, KD. That's a great team. So we got to see how teams play out. And I know a lot of people are piling on the Clippers. That's easily so. But having a couple of bad apples on their team, it sounds like they had some snitching going on because somebody was telling everybody in their mama about Kawhi and PG. And one thing I don't respect is snitches. I don't respect that at all. I don't care if it's a rival team of the Lakers. I don't respect snitches. And hopefully they don't have to deal with that. But I can't wait for the Lakers to play the Clippers. It's always a barn burner. It's always it's I wouldn't say rival because I always feel that like the Boston Celtics are the only rival to the Lakers. I do not feel like the Clippers are a rival. The Clippers have never won a championship. They're not at the Lakers level at all in history. So I don't consider them a rival. Mr. Jones said Paul George is a sucker. Yeah, I saw that shit. See, here's the thing about Paul George. Paul George never takes accountability for himself. He out here blaming Doc Rivers when it was him being mentally weak, being a beta male, and shrinking in a bubble. He admitted this. He admitted that he missed his family, that he couldn't play his game. He was whining the whole time. This is what he was saying. So for him to go on all in smoke tour, whatever you call that show, and to blame everybody else but himself is a weak move, and I don't respect that at all. For Harvard Vision TV, shout out to him. Subscribe to his channel, by the way. He says Lonzo would still been with the Lakers if he would have signed with Clutch first. I believe it. No one would tell me differently. I honestly believe in my heart that if Lonzo would, I've said that. You know what's funny? Before I even had a YouTube channel, I was on Twitter and I had another name. My old name used to be DJ the Antagonist. I went out there and said, man, it would be great if Lonzo would sign with Clutch Sports because he would have the power to move around. I said this in 2017. Now it looks like it's paying off. Look at the trainers Lonzo have. He's improved because of Clutch. Clutch has given him more endorsement deals. He was on the Masked Singer. That's because of Clutch. So could you imagine if Lonzo Ball would have signed with Clutch's rookie year? It would have changed everything. Gotti Boy MO says Clutch is the truth. Hell yeah, they're the truth, man. They absolutely are the truth. That's what I respect. I respect that power, man. I respect it. Johnny Marquez says Anthony Davis just got paid. Yep, he got paid, and he deserves every penny. The Lakers do not win that championship without AD. I'll tell you that. AD was unstoppable in the season. He was unstoppable in the bubble. Even when the Clippers beat the Lakers in the regular season, AD still got his. So it was not like they stopped AD. But yeah, the brother AD deserves it, man. DZ King says KCP would be out of the Lakers if it wasn't for Clutch Sports. That is also true. He would not. KCP would not get that bag if it wasn't for Clutch Sports. If he was with any other organization, CAA or anybody else, he would not get that bag. True the King said, "What up, DJ? What up, True the King?" Yeah, y'all make sure to follow True the King. He's a real one. He be on FYL Sports Debate. He be holding his own. That's why I got him as a moderator, because he keeps shit real. I respect True the King. Shout out to True the King. But I'm excited for the season, man. I don't want us as fans of teams to start crowning people too early. Yes, the Lakers have a great roster, but we got to see how this season plays out. This is a weird season. This season has a lack of off season. It's pretty rushed. And to be honest, a lot of teams are going to be sloppy. I'm sure LeBron James is going to take some games off because he just came back from the bubble. I'm sure he's exhausted. I mean, Father Time waits for no one. And I know a lot of people are against players resting, but this is a year where veteran players need some rest. If not, they're gonna be dragged down and they won't perform in the playoffs. So if you want a good playoff, a lot of star players may have to sit out. As long as they're not sitting out, here's my thing. Trust me, I would want a lot of star players playing. Here's my thing. If star players only sit out on non marquee games, I have no problem with it. My problem is when they sit out for marquee games. When it's on TNT, ESPN, if you're sitting out on those games, that's not fair. Because the fans want to see them play. They don't want to see no scrubs playing on TV. True the King said, appreciate it, homie. Appreciate you as well, my brother. DZ King said, Paul George needs to stop whining and get back in the gym. He's acting like a beta male right now. Yeah, Paul George is acting like a wimp. And if I was advising any hooper, I would tell him do not acquire a Paul George mindset. It's weak. It will never get you anywhere. And it's really depressing to see basketball players act like a Paul George. If I'm a coach, I don't want a Paul George type of player in my locker room. I'm just being honest with y'all. Johnny Marquez says Anthony Davis is a future Hall of Famer. He surely is. And with that ring, that sealed it. That's all he needed. True the King says, I think LeBron going to play 60 games this year. I believe so too. LeBron would be dumb to play all 70 plus games, knowing he just came from the bubble and he's exhausted. If you're doing the math, if LeBron James play all of these games, he's not going to play as long as NBA seasons. He may retire early. So LeBron's thinking about the long game, and he's realizing, hey, I need to save myself from being tired in the postseason. They got so much depth in the Lakers. They can afford to only play LeBron 60 games. And I don't blame him. I won't blame LeBron at all if he only plays 60 games. See, I'm not a hypocrite. I've seen other YouTubers get on LeBron for missing certain games, but when it's their favorite player or a player that's a rival to LeBron, they make excuses for them. I've seen that. So I'm gonna be fair. Any superstar in this year, in this COVID-19 season, wants to sit out as long as it's not missing a marquee game, they should do it. Red says, "What's good, brother? What's good, Red?" Everybody in the building today, man. Good morning. Good morning. Shanko2 says, "What's good? What's good, my brother?" AD got paid. The Lakers are set. I'm not crowning. I'm not going to be crowning the Lakers. I got to see the whole NBA first. Because let's be honest, there's no KD Warriors or that type of team. There's teams with 2 stars, pretty much. So it's not impossible to beat the Lakers. It will take a lot of hard work to do that. But I'm not going to jinx the Lakers and talk about, oh, they already won and stuff, because you never know. You just never know. DZ King says, DJ, if you were the Clippers, would you trade PG for Paul George for Lonzo, or would you ride out for this year? I think if the Clippers made a trade for Lonzo Ball, they don't have to give up PG for that. They could give up a draft pick and a role player, and that would be a big help. I know it's the Clippers and all, but that would be a big help. But this is the last hurrah for the Clippers, I think, because they have a Paul George and Kawhi Leonard have a player option for 2021, and they could elect to be a free agent. No one talks about that. So they got to make it far. They got to at least come out of the West. If they lose to the Lakers in the postseason, they're breaking that whole thing up with the Clippers. I don't see Kawhi coming back if they lose to the Lakers in the playoffs. It'd be too embarrassing for him to come back. That's just what I think. Red says Paul George is a beta. He married a hoe and made her into a housewife. Yeah, there's nothing more beta than that. One thing you do not do as a man, as anybody getting money in this world, is to marry a stripper. That's the worst thing you could do. I mean, it's already done that Scotty ever married Larsa Pippen, and you see how she get down. She's sleeping with any young guy known to man. Shanko2 says Lakers are set for Luka to come to LA. No one's talking about that. It would not surprise me if Luka Doncic down the line becomes a Laker in the future. It wouldn't surprise me. I'm saying this right now before it gets popular. It would not surprise me. I know a lot of Maverick fans are going to be like, he'll never leave Dallas. You never know with these players, man. You never know. Luka could play with the Lakers if he wanted to. The marketing, the pick and roll with AD, you're right, Red, that would be lethal. Nobody will stop that in the NBA. And since Luka is a big-time three-point shooter, now Luka only shoots 32% from three. But here's the thing. The thing is, Luka makes his threes at the right time for some reason. Like the momentum killer threes, Luka Doncic, they need a stat for that, momentum killer threes. Because Luka Doncic just kills your soul when he hits that middle of the three-point line shot at a timely sequence. He always make that three for some reason. He shoots 32% from three. But if it's a tight game and you know you need a bucket, Luka Doncic goes out of nowhere and start hitting threes. Red says, I was surprised Avery Bradley left the Lakers for Miami. Well, shit, I'm not surprised. Florida ain't got no state taxes. And they was willing to give him some bread. So, hey, that money was good. So I'm not surprised when the money is good and the Lakers don't want to match it. You know, I got nothing against Avery Bradley. He was a great defender. He had some personal problems he had to deal with and wasn't comfortable playing in the bubble due to those situations. So it's no hard feelings. Shanko too says LeBron will retire a Laker. Luca and AD will be the future. You never know; it could happen. Salute to my brother Omar Page, man, a real one, man. Thank you for joining the chat. We're talking about AD and the Lakers. The Lakers are set for the future. AD signs a 5-year, $190 million contract. Like I said, this move is for projection of the future. They also, in my opinion, promise AD that when LeBron leaves, they will surround him with other stars. They gave him that promise. That's why he signed that deal. They got connections already. And I don't know who Luka Doncic's agency is, but if Luka leaves his agency and goes with Clutch, with a move I wouldn't be surprised about, the Lakers will get will get Luka. They will get him. I'm saying this right now. I'm not trying to be cocky. I'm not trying to make up ish. I'm saying what I think, and I think because that's how it goes. Remember, when AD first came to the NBA, he wasn't signed with a Clutch or any. Clutch wasn't around then. I don't think they were. Even later on in the years, he never signed with Clutch. And then when LeBron was about to sign with the Lakers, then AD signs with Clutch. And then the Lakers were able to acquire AD. It's chess, not checkers. Rich Paul and LeBron are playing chess right now. Shanko 2 says Luca will go to Clutch. You heard it first on DJ Channel. I'm keeping it real with y'all, man. Connecting the dots. I've been right on a lot of stuff. The only things I was wrong about LiAngelo Ball. Because I thought he would get his foot in the door like probably next year or 2 years from now. I never thought it'd be this soon. I always thought that LiAngelo Ball would get his shot when LaMelo proves himself worthy of a good rookie year. But it's now happening earlier, and I was wrong. And that's the thing about YouTube and anything on social media. I hate when other YouTubers and other people who are well known in this game act like they can't be wrong. Everybody could be wrong, man. That's why honesty is so important because you get to learn from honesty, you get to grow from honesty. It makes you a better man. It makes you more real. You're not real if you always think you're right. You're real when you accept that you're wrong and you learn different things. I'm preaching that game today, man. Red says, I respect Kawhi's game. Dude is a silent assassin, but he made a mistake leaving Toronto. You have to realize Kawhi's one of those championships, Spurs mentality, the system. Yeah, he has to evolve the system. You know what, brother Red? I'm gonna say this, and a lot of people from the Clippers may not agree with me, and I don't care. Kawhi should have never left Toronto. Toronto was the perfect system for him. Toronto had players that didn't mind him doing his routine. Toronto didn't care that Kawhi Leonard was an introvert. They treated Kawhi like family. They didn't have any snitches in their locker room. Toronto was a man's team. And I hate when people do that. I hate when other players worry about star. If you're a star player, you get whatever the hell you want. That's why I don't get mad about LeBron. LeBron James is the face of the NBA. He gets the hell whatever he wants. That's just how the game goes. Toronto finally had a championship player in Kawhi Leonard. So they understood that he gets whatever he wants. And look, Toronto got a ring. Yes, I know there was injuries to KD. I get it. And I know that they beat a Warriors team that was hobbled. We get that. But if we're not gonna put an asterisk on this Lakers bubble win, we're not gonna put an asterisk on Toronto's. We gotta be fair. That's all I ask for. This coming from a Laker fan. I've been a Laker fan all my life. We don't put asterisk on championships. Did we put the asterisk on the '99 Spurs for winning that lockout year? No. So I'm not gonna put no asterisk on no championships. You gotta give Toronto their respect. They were a well-coached team. They had a system and they bought in. The Clippers, they got too many prima donnas, too many bench players thinking they should get the same treatment as Kawhi Leonard. You're a role player. You never won a championship. You got the nerve to talk shit about the Lakers and everybody else and go and gossip to the media about Kawhi, but you never won anything. Yeah, Rap God, you're right. The Spurs in that season of the '99 played 50 games. Michael Jordan retired. Michael Jordan was going to come back to that '99 season if there was no lockout. People forget that. But they putting asterisks on everybody else's championships. That's not right. Red says, damn, Lakers have too much depth. It's crazy, man. Schroeder, Harold pick and roll off the bench would be deadly. Schroeder is a lot better than Lou. Yeah, Schroeder is better than Lou right now. Lou is, I don't know, he need to he need to get back to his game. Court Vision, shout out to Court Vision, man. He says tomorrow is LaMelo's show out practice. I can't wait to see what the young man does. Court Vision says Toronto was lit for him. He didn't want to live there though. Yeah, Toronto's too expensive, man. They tax everything, and that could make anybody leave. So I understand that part. I think it was a financial decision. Yes, these millionaires got money, but let's be real. If you're an NBA player making all this money, you're taking care of not only yourself but your family and making sure you having generational wealth. You would hate to be taxed a lot too. So you can't really fault Kawhi Leonard for going somewhere where he won't be as taxed as much. And believe it or not, Canada tax more than California. It's ridiculous out there. But then again, Toronto did promise him a lot of good things. I remember Toronto promised him franchise restaurants, hotels. I mean, they pretty much gave him the key to the city. So he could have still made it work. Toronto did try to make it work. So I can't be a hypocrite in saying, the stuff about Canada. I just wish that Kawhi would have thought this through, but he didn't really think it through. And I said it then. I said Kawhi Leonard was never going to have a situation better than Toronto Raptors. The Raptors were made for him. Now he's realizing he got a beta male teammate in Paul George. He got a bunch of weasels snitching on that bench, and he's going to find out who's the one ratting to the team. We know Montrez was doing some talking, but I think somebody else was also talking. Maybe it was Lou Will or somebody. But yeah, I don't respect rats, man. I don't respect snitches. Rap God says Kawhi is a systems small market player who doesn't have the personality or the marketability to be in a large market. That is true. That's why he'd rather be in the Clippers and Lakers. In the Lakers, you have no privacy. And Kawhi is all about privacy. There was a 50-50% chance that Kawhi was going to be a Laker, But somebody in the media started leaking out information, and Kawhi is one of those people. He's gonna give you a chance until you prove him wrong. When the media in LA were leaking that information before he said anything, I knew he was not gonna be with the Lakers. He didn't trust them. He didn't trust him. He's one of those people he would not trust you if you can't keep your word. Johnny Marquez says, "Who do you got winning the series? 2016 Cavs or the 2020 Lakers?" Uh, I gotta go. I could easily say the Lakers because I grew up a Laker fan, but the 2016 Cavs would win. That's just my opinion. The 2020 Lakers, even though they had a good record and they won the championship in the bubble, the 2016 Cavs beating a healthy Golden State Warriors team is better than what the Lakers beat the Miami Heat. You just got to be real. You could talk to any Laker fan; they'll tell you that. Now, championship's a championship, but that 2016 Cavs team is amazing. You got to give them their props, man. That team was the reason why Draymond Green and Steph Curry was recruiting Kevin Durant. That team changed the whole dynamic of the NBA because it forced the Warriors to get a juggernaut player in KD. Only the 2016 Cavs can do something like that. Red says, "I was a hooper myself in high school for 2 years, and it's hard to find players that are willing to buy into a system. Players are selfish, especially in high school, college, overseas, NBA." Yeah, players are selfish. Now, not all, not all. So I hope everybody don't get emotional. But yeah, players are selfish. Just look at the Pelicans last year. I mean, they had so many ball hogs. Like you literally got a point guard in Lonzo willing to give you the ball, but the shines for the Pelicans were taking bad shots, wouldn't give the ball back to the point guard, and it's not just the Pelicans; it's other teams as well, and that's why they're not winning and making the playoffs. Rap God says, "Don't criticize me for this, but Jeannie Buss is low key a feminist minded female who wants to be seen in the cameras and make a scene." All right, I'll say this about Jeannie Buss. Jeannie Buss is a sweetheart. We all know that, and she's trying to. She's a positive person. She wants the best from people, and I know. Yeah, she traded Lonzo. Oh, I get all that, but I'm not trying to discredit her. But I'm being real. Do you think the Lakers would get all they're getting right now, the depth, the talent, without Clutch Sports? Hell no. Clutch Sports and Rob Palinka 25%, 75% Clutch Sports. That's what's making it happen right now. You got to give those brothers in Clutch Sports credit. They literally helped build great depth for the Lakers. This helps LeBron James get to rest, gets to win games without playing LeBron James all 70 plus games. This is magnificent. Now I'm gonna give Jenny Buss credit, and Shanko too said it before I did, but I'm gonna reiterate it. Shanko too said Jenny Buss is a genius for marrying Clutch. He's right. You gotta give Jeannie Buss credit for associating with Clutch and allowing them to do what they're doing by her checking her ego by the door and allowing Rich Paul to make his moves and allow Rob Palinka to do his thing. The Lakers have created a roster that can withstand a couple of years. If you look at the contracts, this Laker roster is set for a couple of years. It's going to be hard to beat the Lakers. Do I think the Lakers are unbeatable? No, they're not unbeatable because they're not like the KD Warriors were unbeatable. This team has two superstars in great depth. But you know, a bad shooting game in 7 games could get you in the L column. You could lose a series like that. So they're not unstoppable, but they're the favorite. Red says, basketball is a business, brother. That's straight facts. Yes, it is. Logic over emotion, man. You can't be emotional in the NBA. When you're in the front office,